Yeah, we were up at Sparrows this morning. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. How long did it take you to get round?
What time is it now? I don't.
Time now is 10 to 12.
4:30.
Lovely.
4:35.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Matthew for coming in. I was speaking to some of the journos before to ask a little bit more about you, and they said this really isn't unexpected, you coming into the media centre. You had a really good week at the PGA, and it's just following on after a great amateur career. Have you played Victoria very much?
I had not played the course before this week, so I played 9 holes on Tuesday, and then I played the afternoon Pro-Am Wednesday, and that was the first time I'd played here. I really hadn't played that much in Melbourne before. I played this tournament in 2009 when it was at Kingston Heath, but I haven't really played many of the courses down here.
And this score isn't unexpected for you. I mean, you've been playing well lately. What's the key to your score today?
Well, I putted well today. My short game saved me on a few holes. I didn't hit the ball as well today as I did yesterday, but I think out here there's a few holes where if you play them, obviously if you play them well and you play them, with the right way, I guess, so to speak, like the first hole, the 18th hole, there's a couple of holes where you can really take advantage. But at the same token, if you get in the wrong position, you can quite easily make a bogey. So I guess that's the beauty about this course and kind of golf in the sandbelt.
Questions, ladies and gentlemen? Bruce.
Matthew, I think you had the best of the afternoon rounds yesterday, 4 under. I think you were the only player in the afternoon to shoot 4 under. How would you compare the conditions yesterday afternoon to this morning?
Yesterday afternoon, I was second group out for the first 8-9 holes. It was pretty good conditions, light breeze. And then when we started to make the turn, the wind picked up quite dramatically on the back 9. And like 16 rings in mind for me. Like that was a brutal hole yesterday back into the breeze. So it was definitely much easier. I think this morning and the greens were a little bit softer and more receptive.
Michael?
Could you tell us a little of your amateur career and where you went to college and when you went over there?
Yep. I started college at the University of Southern California in January 2008. I did 2.5 years there, and then I turned pro in June of last year. And just played some mini tour events in America through the latter part of last year, went to Q School and earned nationwide status, and I played out on the nationwide tour this year.
Mark?
Can you walk us through your nationwide season?
Yeah, it was disappointing. I didn't play nowhere near as well as I know I can. That being said, I learned a lot. It was my first full year as a pro and playing out on a tour, and there's a lot more to professional golf than obviously just putting the ball in the hole. You've got to work out, what works for you and how much time to spend at the course and when to get to a tournament side and all those kind of things. So, if nothing else, I have conditional status there next year, so that's at least something to build on. But, it was a really good experience.
So we first saw you many years ago now with Greg Norman. You must have been very young at that stage when we played in the Open together. Yeah,
it was five years ago. Goes quick, eh? So that was the Aussie Open in 2006. So I would have just turned 17. So it was really good. I had some very good opportunities throughout my junior and amateur career, and it's good when you get those experiences at a younger age. It definitely you can draw upon them down the track.
So no offence to this, but you've been out of the spotlight, I suppose, but you've been expecting this for a while, haven't you?
Well, I think going to the collegiate system, because I'm not, I'm living in America for basically 11 months of the year, and I've been living over there for nearly 4 years now. So I think when you don't play here as much, people I wouldn't say tend to forget, but you're not playing in Australia, so it's the results aren't shown quite as much.
Matthew, I'm wondering what you took out of the PGA, because you had a chance to win that the last day. What did you sort of learn from that, and what did you take away from that week and that
Yeah, I was actually, I wasn't playing very well at all leading into the tournament. Had a rough finish to the nationwide season this year. Decided to not go to Q School and come home and just work on some things, and I was actually playing through, I'm trying to change a couple of things in my swing, and I was playing through some changes there, and for 65 holes it was really good. Unfortunately, I just hit a couple of bad tee shots in the closing stretch there, but that was good to get in position, have a chance to win down the stretch, and obviously the more time you give yourself, the more opportunities you give yourself to do that, the better you're going to become in the future. So hopefully, I can draw on that, and I think I've got a good game plan for this course this week. So hopefully, just go out and play 2 solid rounds.
Were you disappointed, or did you walk away?
Yeah, I was. But at the same token, like I said, I wasn't exactly playing, guns blazing going into the tournament. So, it was a good finish. I was satisfied with that. But obviously, when you have a chance to win and you make a couple of double bogeys or whatever I did down the stretch, that's always a little disappointing. Yeah.
What are your thoughts and feelings regarding leading the tournament at this point in time?
Yeah, we'll see if that holds up. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the guys go out this afternoon and post a good score. But if I happen to have the lead overnight, then that's great, and that's in the position I want to be for the weekend.
And what is the strategy now for the next 2 rounds?
I just keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I think there's a few holes out here that you can really make a score, and there's a couple other holes that par is definitely a good score. So just I'm going to do a couple of things on the range here after this, and I didn't think I hit the ball as well today, so I'll just try and iron that out. But short game and everything's good, so just keep that going for the next couple of rounds.
Matt, who's your coach?
I've been seeing Peter Costas for the last 3 years in America, but I've also been working with Barry Bent here. He's in Woolooware, where I grew up in Sydney, and I started getting lessons off Barry when I was 12, and sort of saw him nearly all the way through to when I went to college. I've seen a couple of different guys as well before I went to college, but doing some stuff with Barry whilst I'm back here, and that all seems to be going well. So it's good to have a guy who's very familiar with my swing and my tendencies and those kind of things.
And that World Junior Championship at stroke, is it not?
Yeah, 4-round stroke.
Some big names in that event that have gone on?
Yeah, it's got a rich history of champions. We've been lucky to have a couple other, Andrew Buckle and Jason Day have won it. So there's definitely some good names on that list. So I guess that kind of got my name out there in America and gave me the ability to have college golf scholarships and those kind of things, and it made it much easier for me to get over to America.
But that particular year you won it, were there any names that have gone on behind you that you remember off the top?
To be perfectly honest,
No.
I can't really remember who was playing that week. No.
Thanks.
Bruce?
Matthew, intrigued by your decision not to go to tour school, to what stage did you have access when you made that decision not to go?
I played the Jacksonville tournament, which was the last nationwide event. Had a little bit of a back issue, which I decided to withdraw for the second round there. I played the first round, played terribly, didn't play the second round, and then I would have had to have gone to first stage the following week in Valdosta, and just decided that, where my game was and everything, I was just, it was going to be more beneficial for me to come home, or go back to Scottsdale in where I live in America, hang out for a couple of weeks, come back home to Australia, hang out, and then get ready for these tournaments.
So what the status you have on the nationwide tour next year, what does that mean? How many starts do you expect to get?
I would probably hazard a guess, probably 5 or 6. Where they come is the main thing, because obviously the tour reshuffles every 5 events. So if you can just get into something early on, and whether that be off my number or a Monday qualify, and then just make a check, then you can reshuffle in for the rest of the year.
Mate, are you a Sharks fan? Would you have signed Todd Carney?
I'm a Dragons fan. I live in Cronulla, but I've always been a Dragons fan. My dad grew up in the St. George area, and I guess, just kind of take after him. So I wouldn't align myself with the Sharks, no.
Brent?
But I want to ask, what are you like off the course? Are you a pretty intense sort of character about your golf?
No, when the golf's done, obviously I can't do anything about it now. So, I'm pretty intense on the course, like those kind of things. But, you've got to have an off switch, and I'm not going to live and breathe golf 24/7. Those kind of things. You've got to find hobbies, and that was one thing, especially this year, that I found on the nationwide tour. You go play early, so I played early this morning. Find some things to do this afternoon. Get your mind off golf, because you can't think about that the whole time, because it's just very draining. So
What are you doing? What will you do? Sudoku?
I think I'm going to go to the movies this afternoon. So MI4's out. I'm not a real Tom Cruise fan, but I'll probably go watch it this afternoon.
Okay.
Any more, Brent?
No.
Mark?
Matt, where do you actually see yourself in 5, 6, 7 years? Golfing-wise, not movie-wise.
Oh, I'd like to say, obviously out on the PGA Tour and probably have been out there for a couple of years. I think, I learned a lot this year, and I'm comfortable in America. I don't mind living over there. It's a good spot, and I think if I can just get into some nationwide events early on, obviously now knowing the courses, I think I'm back on a good track with my golf game and those kind of things. I think I can go out there and have a decent year this year and try and earn my card that way.
So you see yourself, the last couple of weeks have been reaffirmation, I suppose, for you of your ability to contend against the best in the world.
Yeah, I would. I know on my good day I can kind of play some good golf. So it's just a matter of I didn't really do much of that this year, unfortunately. But it's just a matter of putting things together and just keeping it going for
Michael?
On a somewhat frivolous note, why haven't you got an American accent?
You
Well,
don't?
some people say I do. So I've been home for about 5 weeks now. So I guess maybe I've rekindled the Australian accent. But a lot of my friends from high school and all those kind of things tend to give me a little crap here and there about an American twang. But as long as you don't think I have one, that's good.
Mark?
Okay.
Mark?
Sorry, just one serious question about your round out there. You played some great shots with your hands out there today. Is that a strength? You obviously hit it a long way, but say on the third, a little high cut and then your bunker shot plug lie?
Yeah, it'd be nice if I wasn't in that position in the first place, obviously. But like I said, a couple of good saves today, which really keeps the round going. Because I did play pretty solid for the first 11 holes, and then 3, wayward tee shot there, and that was nice to get to make a 4 there, obviously with that plug lie. But yeah, my short game, I've done a lot of work on that the last few weeks, and the putter feels good. I feel like I'm rolling the putts that I haven't made. I feel like I've still hit decent putts. So the short game's definitely feeling pretty good.
Is that it, ladies and gentlemen? We'd like to thank Matthew for coming in. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.